Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan. Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Yes, sir. No. 3, 2, 1. Yes, we are here. Will Anson be out of breath? Great job getting back. You're quick. You're like your cat.
You might be quicker off the
You
set
took 25
than
seconds.
Braylon.
I took 18. I only took 18.
And you get this. He's not even breathing heavy. Good work, man. In for Braylon. Anson, Kool-Aid, sweet potato cam.
boy.
Excited to talk about a lot of different things today. We've got our own mock Lions draft of using some national writers and then pitting ours. We'll keep you up to speed on the Tigers game if it happens. The Pistons got some really good news today. Pistons fans everywhere got some really good news today, and it's deserved. It's completely deserved. But I do wonder about some of the national people and what it is about them. We'll get into that coming up for sure.
And Shep is now
I
an
don't-
AI expert.
I wouldn't say that.
He's an AI expert, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
wouldn't say that. But
Shout out, Shep.
I am proud that
Picking it up.
I'm
Yeah.
proud that I'm gaining ground.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Anson's been a master tutor. Cam has picked it up quickly. So shout out to Cam for all his hard work. Before we get rolling, I was at the gym.
Hey, dope hoodie, by the way, Shep.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, it's fire.
Okay, I appreciate that. I kind of just threw it on and I felt kind of bad, quite honestly. I'm underdressed.
Anson knows I like what he has on.
I feel like I'm underdressed. Yeah, do work. I like that.
I have this because of you.
Shout out.
You
So,
got
can we
these
see the
ti-
can we see the
tickets.
back of the shirt?
Is there stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's the Pistons home schedule. That's just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Shut
the
up.
first game of last season, right?
Yes, sir.
You hooked us all up with
Oh,
those
that's
tickets.
right. That's right. Home opener.
That's right.
That's fun.
This was free.
That's weird. I didn't get one. Anyway,
We got Shep at the next one.
anyway, just real quick. I was at the gym earlier today. My son was there, and he was doing some exercises. It made me think about what we were talking about with Braylon yesterday. He's getting ready for an Ironman. That's what he's training for.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's in. He'll be fine. Anyway, so an Ironman is pretty steep. He does the Murph every year with his buddies who are in the Marines and the Navy and stuff like that, where they time themselves. You got to do 100 pull-ups, 100 push-ups.
I'm out already.
Run a mile in between or something like that. I forget everything. Anyway, they time themselves and they do it in like 30 minutes. It's crazy. All right. But he's getting ready for an Ironman, and I got involved in a mini triathlon once before. What's the most challenging thing you've done from a physical standpoint?
Running sub 5-minute miles.
I couldn't do that on a best day.
I was built.
Do you still run?
No. Once I blew my knee out, running for any extended amount of time will leave me hobbled for 3 days.
Okay.
Easy. So
So-
the worst was showing up to a track meet and watching the cool guys run the 100 and then the 200 and they're done. Literally, I'm out there running the mile, the 2 mile, the half mile, and the 2 mile relay.
Wow.
Oh man, I hated it.
Dang,
I hated it, man. if I could just give me 6'1", 6'2", man.
How'd you train for that? Did you just run like a
Just
couple
ran
miles
your
every
ass
day?
off all the time, man. Just running.
And eat like a horse.
And then
Do you?
at that
you gotta eat a
point,
lot?
Oh, yeah.
at
Okay.
that point, the only real strategy is working in how you're going to get your final 100-yard kick. Can you store that up? Can you
That's
overtake
key.
a few guys at the end? Yeah, I was always real good at that.
So this isn't cross country. This is around the track, correct?
Correct. I did
Okay.
both. I stopped doing cross country after a couple of years, but I mean, I was all conference my freshman year in both.
Hey, shut up.
I wish I was made for basketball, man, but I was made for long distance running.
Cross country is it more challenging just because it's hills and it's not firm footing all the time. Is that fair to say or no?
Well, yeah, there's definitely a lot more variables when you're running through hills and all over the place. It's just it's more freeing for your mind because you're not running in a circle over and over again, just counting, okay, I'm at lap 6, I'm at lap 7, I'm at lap 8. Cross country is fun because you're going through a bunch of different stuff, but there's some rough tracks with big uphill climbs and things like that. Cranbrook always had a tough track.
I get no enjoyment out of running. I don't know about you guys.
Me neither, dude.
I see people run. They don't have anything on. I have to have at least music or some type of podcast. Woodward Sports would be a good one.
Shout out.
Those are the things that could keep me going a little bit. I cannot stand running. I hate the cardio aspect of it. I do it. I just don't enjoy it at all.
It's brutal, man.
I was going to say, part of my, when I went to college, part of the scholarship requirement was you also had to be on track and or cross country in addition to your main sport if you were playing basketball, baseball, softball, or something like that. And so joined cross country, and we were running like the 8K, about 5 miles was our practices. We were getting up at 4 a.m. So this was like a part of the 4 days that we had, even at a small school that I played at. And part of that was cross country, getting up about 4 or 5 a.m. and doing that 5K, doing a bunch of stretches, getting loose, getting warm, and starting off at a nice steady pace, not really trying to knock yourself out the park or anything of that nature. Really, it's about finishing. And it was challenging, but at times where I've absolutely needed it later in life to get that kind of running going again or that walking, I've been able to kind of go right back to it and kind of get back in
Why
shape.
did you choose cross country and not just track?
Because of Rip Hamilton?
Because you would think track would help you with the basketball aspect more than cross country, no?
I was always kind of I had quick moves, but still kind of slow-footed. But where I wanted to get better was the stamina aspect. And with the cross country, I felt like I could play all day. And playing against college players, like I'll be through with you, it was a shot. Like I was always felt like I was a good baller. But it was the stamina part of it that was just absolutely taking me apart. So cross country helped me.
There are so many different nuances.
Yep.
That was with me in college baseball. The little things you pick up. So, for example, today, if you're watching the Tigers, Chris Bubich, he works off the middle of the mound. So the arm angle is much more challenging for hitters. Okay, you'll see guys shade to the first base side, shade to the third base side. Watch the guys who are in the middle. If they got a tough arm angle, that makes it even more challenging. Yeah. Those are the little things you pick up when you're playing. What were you going to say?
To answer your question, track is for football. You're doing a lot of technique in terms of short sprinting, how to raise your knees, how to launch, things like that. To his point, cross country is what you want for hoops.
I got you.
When you're Rip Hamilton, when you're Reggie Miller, when you're playing 38+ minutes in a game,
running all day,
you want to be able to run, but you want to be able to run faster than everybody else in that final 8 minutes of that game too.
Right.
And I always marveled at Rip Hamilton. I can only imagine how many miles that guy ran each night.
I can't imagine it either.
No,
I really can't.
I'd be honest with you. One night, my pops and I were walking through downtown Detroit. I forget what was going on, but we were walking past Ford Field. We look in. Who do we see running in there? It's literally Richard Hamilton.
Running the Lions Stadium?
Yes, at Ford Field, literally running the lines and such. And there were people out there, some production crews and such. And they were doing something on Richard Hamilton, but it was him in there doing running. He says that this was something that he did routinely, and he never really had the cameras on it when he was here in Detroit, but that he always stayed tapped in season, out of season, and loved to be able to work out in scenes like that.
But basketball players, it's always blown my mind with basketball players. The running, the stopping, the jab stepping, and so on and so forth.
Greatest athletes in the world, Shep.
I don't know if I'll go quite that far, but they are among the greatest athletes. There's no question about that. I mean, their stamina, it blows my mind. And how they're not even huffing and puffing. I mean, I'm sucking blueberries after I'm up and down the floor a couple of times. I'm telling you, man, that would be difficult.
I always wondered what Rip ran that mile in. I bet it was under 4:20.
Oh, yeah. I bet you if he seems like a guy, if he had trained for it, that he could be one of those guys who would challenge. I don't want to say Olympians. That's going, but he would challenge people in the United States.
Oh yeah, long stride and the body type, man.
Yeah. Cam, how about you? What's the most challenging thing you've ever done physically?
Challenging thing most physically would be two-a-days, soccer, just running around the track endlessly. For the first half of the day, that would be the AM shift, and the PM shift would have been calisthenics. That lasted a whole week. That was during high school. That's in terms of like a sport aspect, but physically/medically would be recovering from a severe ankle break and the rehab on that.
How'd you break it?
I was
Running from the cops?
No, you wish. T-boned by a vehicle while I was on a bicycle.
What?
No kidding.
Yep. I get into the ER. ER doc is like, yo, that's the worst ankle break anyone can have. Almost lost my left foot.
Yikes.
I was bedridden for 3 months.
Did you look at the doctor and say, I just wanted to effing work, yo?
I said,
like
give me.
you doing
No, I say, give me more fentanyl.
Oh, my goodness.
I just leave it on cam just a few more seconds.
That is.
You look like a soccer player. I can believe that.
Oh yeah.
How much did it affect you going forward with running, walking, whatever? How long did?
You know, it took actually, I was really apprehensive with the ankle because
I bet.
That was the most amount of pain I've ever endured.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a while to even just jump into a pool. But like in terms of like running, I would say about a year and a half later.
Yeah.
But as soon as my doctor said you can shed those crutches, boom, they were off because I didn't want to be dependent on anything else.
No, of course not. Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough
It
recovery.
was gnarly.
Yeah. I mean, it really, it's inconvenient and it's painful at the same time.
And I got all kinds of hardware too. I got 2 plates.
Talk
6
about
screws
resiliency.
and some
So he's going
wire.
through the airport and it's going boop, 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 boop. Okay, yeah, I get it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's tough. I've never broken any bones in my body. I've had concussions and bruised ribs, but I've never had any broken bones. When I trained for the triathlon, I didn't train enough. Which is pretty obvious. The swimming aspect, I went and swam in Orchard Lake for a long time. The swimming was the easiest for me. It was the biking. It was actually the biking. The running's at the end. Now this is not as deep as what my son's about to do with the Ironman, because I think you run 13 miles in an Ironman, and
Half marathon.
I think you bike 70, something along those, and you're going to swim close to a mile, something like that. So,
jeez, I don't understand that, man. My friend had to swim a mile in college. I swim for social, love that stuff. Swimming a mile though, shout out to everybody who can do that.
I agree. I think those athletes right there. I mean, you talk about from a
Amazing.
cardiovascular standpoint, it's nuts. Katie Ledecky, nuts.
crazy.
It's
Michael
actually
Phelps, nuts.
It's actually a full marathon at 26.2.
Oh, is it? Okay,
It's
thank
with
you.
a 112-mile bike ride.
Okay,
And then you're also working in 2.4 miles in the water.
2.4. Okay, so that's what he's doing. I think it's in August or September.
Serious.
That's serious, man.
But he's been training for it for a while now. So he's shed. So far, he's lost like 18 pounds, but he's all shredded.
They do also have a half-distance Ironman.
And what is that?
And that's 1.2 in the water,
Right.
56 on the ground, and 13.1 the half marathon.
That's what he's doing.
Okay.
That's what he's
that's
not doing the
insane.
full Ironman. He's not quite full insanity yet. But it's good. I mean, I like that people are getting back into this. I like the people's response, and this is a really good one from Greg Thomas. Tennis is very demanding. That's what I've heard. I've only played tennis a couple of times. You've got to be in great shape to play tennis. But
That's
here's
what Rod Beard told me that too.
So here's what surprised me. Rod Beard, the former Detroit news guy, in case people don't know. Here's what surprised me about tennis. I would think their legs would all be like Boris Becker's. Now, that's back in the day. You guys probably don't remember Boris Becker. He was a German tennis player
I
who was
remember
really
Boris,
good.
damn it.
He had big thighs. I don't see a lot of guys like that. Like if you look at Sinner, I should say, he doesn't really have them. Alcaraz is in great shape. They don't have big legs.
More cut, but not like.
Yeah, agreed.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, more thin. But I love that. That's a good one. Basketball is played one way out. Think the opponent. Basketball is more like chess than any other sport. Let's see. I'd say hockey, most skilled and physically demanding sport. Yeah, I can't say. I think they're all demanding, first of all. So I hate to slight anything. I don't know. I mean, basketball from cardiovascular. Hockey, you're doing that, but you're also having people trying to kill you. Football is a collision sport, but it's in shorter bursts. Yeah. And I think baseball is more demanding from a mental standpoint, like golf to a certain extent, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah,
that's how I would describe it.
And let's see Burn in the chat, too, with the $5 super chat. Sightless says, hardest for him 285 bench, breaking into 300-pound squat, and working to 350-pound deadlift for reps. The recovery and eating became full-time work. Byron, I had no idea, bro. Bravo to you, straight up.
Yeah, that's big.
Shout out.
Speaking of that, I mean, 285 is good, man. It's really good. There was a guy at the gym 2 days ago.
really good.
He did 8 reps of 315 like it was nothing. Nothing. And he's a fireman.
Warming up.
And he was a fireman. He's a fireman in Royal Oak, I believe. And
Guy you want on your team.
That's what I was about to say.
just a.
I know I can be rescued.
Just a massive, massive dude. So I took the 25 plate off, and I just said, "You're not going to need this." But that's a lot. I remember my oldest boy. They had a 300 squat club in high school, and all their offensive linemen could squat 300 pounds. Cass Tech. I called a state championship game. Cass Tech. Their offensive line was bigger than Michigan's and the Lions at the time. We had a graphic on it when Bally Sports was still in flow. And the 350 deadlift, very impressive. Sideless, very impressive. Let's see, anything else? Let's effing go Tigers for sure. Anson's in the house. You bet he is. Let's see. Max was two and a quarter when I was in my 20s. That's from Kevin Bell. All right, keep them coming. Whatever is the most difficult and most challenging for you, we welcome that. I do want to talk to you guys especially about now that Cade Cunningham and Luka Doncic, who cares about Doncic, have won their appeal with
And
the
got
NBA.
denied.
As they should have.
And they should have won. Would you say
Anthony Edwards got his denied.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
I believe the games, and you saw Cade's injury, that last one. He would have gotten it if it wasn't for
One
a
game.
rookie, undrafted rookie, just kind of flooding it. So.
Right. I agree. And look, I'll be honest with you. Everybody knows I'm not the biggest fan. I think Doncic deserved it too.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, these things happen in sports.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do wonder what kind of Pandora's box this is going to open for the league, but I'm glad that Cade Cunningham got it because that means he'll get first team. Now, I would love for him to be in the serious MVP conversation. Unfortunately, I just don't see it happening. I think once he got hurt, people turned that page in the league, and they immediately zoomed in, if they hadn't already, on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Victor Wembanyama, and the guy who probably deserves it more than anybody is Nikola Jokic.
What was the Pistons' record without Cade? Too damn good.
13 and 4. Okay. Something like, what was it,
damn
Kool-Aid?
good.
13 and 4? 13 and 5?
It was something like
without
that.
him?
I'm going to double check it,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, something like that. I credit more J.B. Bickerstaff and the players than I do hold it against Cade Cunningham. But to your point,
it's
I think
everyone.
that's,
This is a real team.
Yeah.
And they take
Yes.
themselves very seriously. We've been talking for a couple of years. You know, when they were terrible, won 14 games,
yeah.
3 of them showed up to a Boston playoff game. The way that you saw the Pistons back in the 80s together. If this team ends up playing Charlotte, it's going to be a great series, a lot of fun.
You think so?
Charlotte's a largely unserious group of men. They're not serious.
What do you mean by that?
Just the way that they play around, what they do in their off time away from games, what you see on their social media. Pistons are all business 1 through 12. Like, you don't see them out and about. You don't see them putting out social media, fun party stuff. You don't see them acting a fool on the court. They're at a point where they're a team that's already lost in the Eastern Conference and lost in the finals in their mentality, the way that they approach the game.
Yeah. I love that part about him too. Okay. I don't know about the social media stuff. You would know that better than I would. Quite honestly, I don't care. Unless you're doing drugs or you're in the bar till 4 a.m. And you got a game the next day. I really don't care what you do outside of basketball as long as it's legal, right? As long as you're showing up and you're ready to go. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say Charlotte is not serious. The clowning around on the court. I'm not a fan of a lot of the players who play on Charlotte. But people down in North Carolina might say, well, I mean, look what Detroit does sometimes with coming off the bench for fights and things of that nature.
I'm just saying their antics when you watch them as human beings. When they take their licks this year from the Pistons, you watch them come back this summer a whole lot more serious.
Well, maybe they'll learn.
They'll learn
from the
they're very
Pistons.
young, but again, this Pistons team is so young. They shouldn't be acting and carrying themselves the way that they are. And that's Trajan Langdon.
In a
that's
good way.
JB
In a good way.
100%.
Yeah.
That's Trajan. That's JB Bickerstaff. That's the leader in
Cade,
Cade.
yep.
But it's all 12 guys holding themselves and each other accountable.
Yeah.
So that's what it comes down to.
It's something that I don't think the Red Wings share. It doesn't seem
Let's not go there.
Well, no,
I want to talk about Joker, though. You take
No,
Joker off that team, and as serious as the Denver Nuggets are, they're not sniffing the playoffs.
No.
This Pistons team is still a 5 seed if you don't have Cade on this team all year long.
And the only thing I will say is this,
I don't know if I can
Maybe
go quite
6
that
seed.
far. Yeah.
Yeah, when I look at Boston, though, and the love that they're trying to give Joe Mazzulla for everything, you got to remember, like, there was a lot of love that Jason Tatum got while he was there. Now he's no longer there. I thought this team still had a good pedigree. I don't think that is something that you retroactively or even concurrently affect or negate Jason Tatum for. So in the same speak, I don't think that that's something that should take away from Cade Cunningham.
I don't disagree
in
with
the MVP race. I do believe in what you said, Shep. It's going to hurt him. It's going to be what everybody looks at, and it's going to be what brings him down in that notch. But I am here to start the campaign. Obviously, all NBA first team, but I believe he should at least get some consideration for all defensive honors. It would be good to see him get some votes. He went out there, and I think he raised the level of what it meant to play defense at that point guard position in a Detroit Pistons uniform. With the blocks, with the steals, the Pistons were number 1 in the league in blocks and steals per game, and Cade put up 2.2 stocks per game while limiting all the players he was defending to under 44% field goal. So he went out there and he took those numbers. When you look at everything from his defensive win share, the field goal percentage, the blocks, the steal and blocks percentage per game, he took all that up a notch
he's
this
just
season to
he's
career
just not
highs.
viewed as that guy. Whether we like it or not, I don't think the people who vote on these go deep diving nearly enough, just like they don't in the Heisman. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but when you have bragged, and rightfully so, about Asar Thompson being a first-teamer, and before he got hurt, Isaiah Stewart being a first-teamer, no team's getting 3 guys. No team is being looked at, like outside of OKC probably, as that defensive guy. They think it could be 1, maybe 2 guys. We know Victor Wembanyama is going to be on that. Whether or not you think it's right or not, that's really up to you. There are certain other guys whose defensive ratings are very, very good. So I just don't see – he's going to be first team, and if he's not, there should be an investigation. Whether or not he's going to be all defense, first team, I doubt that, seriously.
Number 4 overall in defensive rating.
I would say his defensive rating is pretty crazy.
I just don't know
Kason
how deep
Wallace, Shea, Cat.
Yeah.
How he's at 3, I don't know. And then Rudy at 5. And
Right.
Scotty Barnes,
I saw
who's been
that.
a demon this
Scotty
year
Barnes
on both
deserves a lot of
sides.
love.
I
I
saw
can't
that.
even hate
Yep.
on him.
No, you
Nas
can't.
Reed, Donovan Klingman.
He likes to swat.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I said, you guys close your eyes, you guys follow the NBA a lot closer than most, but if you close your eyes and I said, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, do you think defensive player?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think most people think offensive player. When they think of OKC, they think his
I think
offense
first,
more
yeah.
than
He's
anything
the
else.
best two-way player in the game. If you don't know that, you're a common basketball fan. Like he is. That you got to know OKC, like top to bottom. When you look at any one of those guys, their defensive rating is even higher what they are as a
You think
solo
he's a-
player because the other 4 guys.
Yeah, and
lifted
most
Do
him.
you
people
think
give
he's
him-
a better two-way player than Victor Wembanyama?
Ooh.
Okay, that's
That's a great
He's the
question,
best
isn't it?
wing two-way player,
Okay.
and to your point, Wemby at that point is the best.
How much? And I'm
Interior.
not
It's a
being a
question.
smartass here. How much of his ability to get to the free throw line with 2 winks, not 1, helps him from that standpoint? Shea Gilgeous.
Double winks is not
In terms of the
double
offensive
Yes,
conversation,
yeah.
well, sure. I mean, listen, if people want to get all excited about what Harden did to the game by going home and researching the rules and seeing where he
Yeah.
could push those things, he changed the game for better or for worse.
That's different, though, don't you think?
Well, no, because it's the name of the game now. And
not when you're kicking your leg out to draw the contact. 1, 2, getting whistles when you're not being touched. Those are
you mean
blatant.
like Jordan? You mean like Kobe, like LeBron? Like this is what happens to
Maybe
these
social
guys.
media has poisoned me a little bit. I'm definitely about LeBron, but it's always been brought up about LeBron. I don't remember them doing that
And
with
defense
Kobe
was more
Bryant
physical back
and,
then.
and Michael Jordan. Exactly
What
right.
I'll say about Shea is he doesn't He doesn't. He might flop a little bit, but he doesn't cry. He doesn't lay around.
I don't disagree with that.
He doesn't pretend like he's hurt.
That's Luka.
That's LeBron. That's Lakers. All right, that's Lakers.
Yeah,
play
no,
at
you're
this
right
point.
about that.
Yeah, to me, Shea, like, he's an ethical free throw merchant.
Okay, you're
okay.
You're
Now,
you're
listen.
digging deep.
No.
You are digging really
there's
deep.
there's a non-ethical hoopers. All right. And typically they're free throw merchants. He's an
Talk to me,
ethical
bro.
hooper who is also a free throw merchant. Like he's drawing that. You put that hand on him, he's going to raise his arms up and he's going to get a foul. In terms of like the flopping and stuff that you see from some of these guys, like kicking the leg out constantly, I see it from him a little bit. But like the stuff that you see Brunson do, they're not even in the same conversation.
Oh my God. I would strongly disagree. I mean,
I watch a lot of OKC basketball
to
for
me,
3
Sam.
years.
I do too. I see.
You see the social media where they
No.
take
No, even when you're
me,
watching
Shep.
the game, I will say this: I am poisoned. I'm willing to admit that. I think you are too by Brunson from a year ago. I don't think it's quite as drastic this year with Brunson. It is very.
I've watched way too many Knicks games this year to
I don't-
agree with that.
it's fine. It's very drastic with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's all I'm saying.
I think
All right?
Brunson is far more drastic. I think that Shea gets to the line more, but it's off of those, hand check, hand throughs. Brunson does stuff where he's trying to create a foul that wasn't ever there. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like snap.
And he's a peasant. You're never going to get any love from me on that.
Kind of like Shea. Look, Brunson, who I think
He's
does
got a
it.
ring.
I think you're right about this. I do. I completely agree with you on Brunson, but he goes to the line 5.7 times a game. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is going 10 times a game.
Because
almost
Shea goes to the hole all game long. Brunson's looking for the jumper, and then he's looking for the midi. In terms of actually challenging at the hoop, that's probably one of Brunson's problems. Is he should be challenging at the rim more because he gets to the foul line. They like to give him that call.
And he can finish.
But
nine a game. My fault. I
He's-
said 10.
He settles for jumpers a little too much. It's part of.
But that's what makes Shea Gilgeous-Alexander so widely embraced, is because I think he is one of the better
Three-level scorers. All
mid-range
three
jumpers.
levels.
Right, mid-range jumpers. If there's anybody close to Richard Hamilton in playing today's game, it's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. The difference is he does kick his leg out an awful lot. He does lean in and lean away.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And you could say it's within the rules, and I suppose you'd be right. Don't tell me that he's not a flopper. He just doesn't fall on the ground and fall like
But
a
see,
floppy
that's
bass
what-
out of
that's-
water
see,
like
that's-
Luka Doncic
it's
and
not
LeBron
as
James.
And
overdramatic.
Brunson, and that's non-ethical. That's why I'm saying, like, when he gets
It's
hit,
not
he
as
doesn't
dramatic.
fly all over the place and like cry. I gotta be honest.
Yeah,
man,
it's not like one of those reenactment scenes.
you-
right?
Yeah, it's not like, hey, listen, it's not like I wouldn't take him on my team. I'm just telling you from afar, and again, I've said I am slightly poisoned and I'm also tired of it. So at least I can admit it. This is the kind of stuff that pisses me off at times about the league. When guys like that are getting such fortuitous calls and Jalen Duren is going inside, getting scraped and drawing blood and not
can
going to
hear
the
it,
line,
you can
it
see
bothers
it.
me.
Duren
Yes.
and Cade. I mean, look at Cade's got a seven foot scar on his arm from getting fouled.
Yeah, but he goes to the line more often than Brunson does.
Well,
Duren goes to the line more often
Now,
than Brunson does.
I'll tell you this. I'd like Cade to be a little less ethical at times. Because all that you're going to ever see from Cade is, hey! Anytime he gets hit, hey! That's all you hear. He doesn't throw his body.
gonna ask
And I
y'all,
love
does
that.
he
I
need
respect
to
that
adopt
about him.
that?
But he could use an extra 3 trips to the line a game.
I was going to say, does he need to adopt? When you hear things like 9 free throw attempts for SGA, when we know what Jalen Brunson, even if the free throw attempts might be a little down this year, what he's been able to benefit from, and hey, look out, the playoffs are here. I bet she's going to find a way to get that free throw attempts up a little
you're
bit.
probably right about
Sometimes you wonder, is there something that Cade needs to do more? Because I've heard people argue, well, Cade doesn't drive like he's looking for a foul. Like he doesn't drive towards the
I mean,
I'm
he
like,
wants to finish.
he does want to finish. I don't necessarily. Sometimes I know that will make him to contort and things of that nature. But I do believe that there are a couple more fouls he could pick up per game.
He's a more
Brunson
physical.
went to the line a little bit more, one more time per game a year ago than he did this year. So he's
it's
closer
just
to 7 than
little,
6.
yes.
And Cade's a far more physical player offensively than both SGA and Brunson.
Agreed. Thank you.
He should be at the line a lot more.
Does he have to sell it, or does he just stay true
This
to
is
his
what he
game?
needs to add to his game.
They should recognize it.
Luka and SGA are the best in the league at putting a shot up when you're getting hand checked. And all that you do is defender's got his hand
Soon
on
as
you.
they feel
you
it,
just put
they
that up and
flail.
you're at the line. It's not even a flail.
Yes, it is.
Listen,
He needs a Kleenex, a bottle,
hold on, guys.
and a blanket
Hold on,
when he
guys.
goes to the line.
Hold on. I'm talking about anybody in the NBA. If you're getting hand checked and they've got it on you, all you have to do is bring your hands up to shoot, and you're going to get a foul, especially if you're a star. Those are his 3 extra free throws a game. That's something I've never seen him do, which I respect big time. I love that he doesn't flop, but he has to find a way to get
So
to
the key word you just said, though, is star. Because they all get star treatment. The big-time names get star treatment. You cannot deny that. It's always been that case.
Yeah.
You just brought up a couple
No
of names.
matter what the rules have been.
He is a star. He's a superstar. I'm going to talk out of both sides of my mouth. He should be getting those calls.
100%.
Okay? If you're going to give it to a guy who needs a pacifier and Luka Doncic while he's shooting a free throw, this guy needs to get one too.
Agreed.
That's all I'm saying.
And he has been getting the whistle basically since about January this year. I think that the
been better.
league was
Gotta
like,
be fair
okay,
with that.
this guy's
It's been a little
legitimate.
better.
Like, we've got to protect him a little bit. His contrast between his free throws attempted and the other guys that are playing on his level, it's disparate, and they need to rectify that. But he also needs to take a little bit of a note from guys like Harden and SGA. And you don't got to be a flopper. You don't got to be unethical, but there are fouls out there. There are trips to the line that he can find.
You know what? It is important conversation because we do got the playoffs on the way where we know the whistle usually gets a little bit tighter.
Yes, sir.
And you do have to find ways to go out there and get tough buckets and find your way to the free throw line. So I want him to continue to play the way he does, but put pressure on whoever they're playing.
I want him to be more aggressive. I can be greedy right now because I think he's a great player. I don't use the word great very often. I think he's a great basketball player, and I think he needs to be able to do that. Here's what, just so we're out of our bubble, okay? We need to find a way. My kids say this about where I live all the time. Dad, you and Mom got to get out of the bubble. Fair enough. We here have to get out of this bubble. Because we've got to recognize and I don't agree with them, but the national people, what they're seeing. We can sit there and go, and we'd be right, but this is what they see, and this is why we bring it up, okay? I'm going to give you just one website from earlier in the week. And I brought this up, saving it today because of him and because of knowing that Kool-Aid would be back from his 2-week vacation.
Kool-Aid?
Okay, so MVP. CBS Sports has a number of CBS Sports writers, as we all know. They have 6 of them. And when you see MVP, who do you vote for? All right? That's the whole key. The key is, who are the quote-unquote, I love this, experts voting for? Here are the names. There's only 2. There's only 2 names that their 6 writers voted for. Victor Wembanyama, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic. 4 of the 6 voted for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Those are the only 2 who received votes.
This is last year?
No, this is this year.
Oh, okay.
This is this year. Last year wouldn't make so much sense for this discussion. Defensive Player of the Year. Okay?
But nobody else got a vote.
Nobody else got a vote.
That's surprising.
Same here. Defensive Player of the Year. Every single one of them voted for Victor Wembanyama. The reason I bring that up is because when you looked at those defensive ratings, was he in the top 5?
No.
He was not. Rookie of the Year.
To your point,
Go ahead.
He's not a great one-on-one defender, especially out on the wing. You know, he's as fluid as he is. He's a little awkward defensively.
Here's
It's
what
he
happens,
does at
though.
the rim.
You're right. But here's what happens. And this happens in life. It's not just sports, and it's not just the NBA. There's a narrative
Perception for
that
sure.
everybody just goes,
Oh, it's going to cost JB Bickerstaff, too. I already know it.
so I'm getting there. You're going to piss me off in a minute by doing that.
I saw some
Rookie of the Year, there's only 2. Come on. It's either Cooper Flagg or Concanipo, and quite honestly, whoever they vote for is deserving. I don't care. They're both really good,
Gotta be
and I love
Cooper.
them both. Coach of the Year. They have 6 writers. 4 of them said Joe Mazzulla. I like Joe Mazzulla. I think he's a great coach, and I think he's done a great job with Boston this year.
I know, Anthony.
There is a difference, though. And again, this is not the Bible. It's only one website. But this is a pretty good example of how the national media gravitates towards a certain narrative and then sticks with it.
It becomes truth.
J.B. Bickerstaff and what he's done this year, and we talked about it yesterday. I don't have to go over all the things that I discussed and how he made players better and how he put lineups together and how he made the right switches, even though earlier this year, after Game 3, people are like, Jesus, God, I mean, I can't believe this rotation that he's got. It's ridiculous. Right, okay, whatever. They won 60 games, dude. Anyway, here's the deal. Joe Mazzulla, Boston, a team that has won a championship with him, right? A team that lost its star for an extended period of time and stayed in there, and Jaylen Brown elevating his game. People forget the amount of time this man missed, the amount of time Jalen Duren missed, the amount of time Isaiah Stewart and Sugar Ray Leonard missed, and all these other things. We remember it, and we know it.
Yeah.
But the national media, who has the say in these has a say in these awards, this is what they come up with.
Did we almost get a Shep F-bomb there?
We might have, bro.
The last one that I'll bring up, there's no Piston on any of these, by the way, is most improved player, which for me
Easy.
There are 2 Pistons that should be over the person that they select.
No, there's only one.
One should win it, but I think one should get some consideration. Mr. Jenkins.
Oh, Dennis Jenkins. I thought you were going to Sar Thompson.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
You can't be most improved if you weren't on the floor last year, Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's
got
a
a
hard
little
one.
time.
That's a hard one. And if you're
Stop
averaging
it.
under 10 points a game or 9.7,
Well,
that's
Jalen
even more
Duren,
difficult.
then.
Yeah.
Jalen
But
Duren.
You are
Jalen
so
Duren,
aptly named Kool-Aid.
of the 6 writers.
Kool-Aid and cornbread.
Yeah,
Dennis
it's
earned
true.
$8 million contract. Man.
That doesn't matter.
What about the month where he just disappeared?
Everybody's do that.
He was busy spending money.
do
He was
that.
He was really good. Come on.
Not that month.
Here's the most improved player. Out of the 6, 5 of them voted for Alexander Walker.
No.
Yes. Only 1 for Jalen Duren. Only 1. I won't go into clutch player, but I will give you executive of the year, which homerism.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, I'm the homer. I'm fine.
No,
I'm fine with the
for
homerism.
MIP.
Okay? It's Brad Stevens, Sam Presti, and Ansei Salah. No.
Wait, where? I missed that one.
OKC didn't even do anything this offseason.
Wait, they put the executives on there?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do anything this offseason. Except for bring Obi Toppin back from Cancer Nut.
Wow. Okay.
So there you go.
That's crazy.
I know.
Who was the last guy
Man.
you said? Salah?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I know Robert Salah. I don't know Ansei Salah. Do you know him, Kool-Aid? Who's he in charge of?
I don't know.
Okay.
They brought Cade back to be eligible just to get screwed over.
Yeah.
It's like just in time. Goodness
So
gracious.
I think it just goes to show you, and when obviously anytime they do this, they break down and they start writing stuff. There's very little mention of Pistons in that, which is surprising to me.
Naw was great for Atlanta this year. Let's be honest. You take Jalen Johnson and you elevate him to, in my opinion, NBA second team status. He's that good. You get rid of Trae Young, right? Mm-hmm. You end up actually kind of putting together a good run to get into. They're a playoff team, right? So I do like that. In terms of what the Pistons
You're right. He's
did,
with Atlanta.
In terms of what the Pistons did this offseason, listen, you lost a few guys. You lost a guy that set your record for threes. You go out and you bring in guys that are supposed to be big-time contributors, and they are. One of them starting for you in Duncan Robinson. But then you bring in a bunch of these guys that nobody cares or knows about, and Javonte Green and your boy get his D-back Jenkins.
And made it work.
I'm not sure that I would be like voting for Trajan Langdon number 1.
Okay.
But the JB Bickerstaff stuff, the fact that you didn't give it to him last year and he continued on the same pace, the same turnaround for this franchise, I know it's a yearly award, but you have to look at the body of this man's work over 2 years. And if you didn't give it to him last year, you damn as well better give it to him this
He
year.
gave you an opportunity to actually make this thing right. And it looks like based on the trends or based on what we're hearing, the people aren't really seeing it his way. They're honoring a little bit more of what Joe Mazzulla has done with Boston. I don't want to disrespect them but I don't know. From the beginning of the season, I felt like this team had multiple all-stars still there, while we were still trying to figure out, does Cade Cunningham have even a legitimate number 3?
Can I give you a reason why this may also have occurred? If you recall, I don't know if Anson was in, but we had a conversation about an article in The Athletic. It was about middle of the season, maybe late January, and they rated the top front offices. Do you remember this? I think it was the middle of January. Maybe it was late December. Either way, the number 1 team that received all the votes was OKC, Sam Presti. The number 2 team was Boston. There's your, Joe Mazzulla. Detroit didn't receive any votes. Do you remember this? At least they didn't, not in the top. Let me see here. I just looked it up. Detroit did not receive any votes. They went, real quick, and then I'll let you. OKC, Boston, Miami, Memphis, Minnesota, New York.
Memphis.
Do you guys remember?
Yeah,
We had this.
because of Memphis.
Yeah,
I remember this.
We had a big back wall on it.
I remember.
New York, Orlando, Cleveland, Golden State, San Antonio. Others receiving votes. Ready? Indiana, Houston, Philly, Utah, Dallas, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Toronto, Washington, Denver, the Clippers.
And when was this, January?
This was middle of January.
That's insane.
Okay, so
Hindsight.
Yikes.
right now, I'm armchair quarterbacking. So are you.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But I think these things kind of set a stage, if you will, and people use that and say, okay, now the only thing they can do is they have to screw it up because I've got them here. And all that, if they screw up a little bit, I'll move them down as it goes. It's almost like the AP top 25 in college football.
You remember what the knock on this Pistons team was? Saying that they, can they take the next step after getting back to the playoffs last year, was they only have a core of about 5 guys. They've got 5 good players on this team. What are they going to do in the offseason? Who are they going to add to the bench? How are they going to get the depth that can get them over a New York Peasant team next year's playoffs? And that was a very legitimate question, especially when you see the stuff happen with Malik Beasley and who are you going to bring in?
Right.
And now all of a sudden you're comparing this team to a Sam Presti team. Mm-hmm. You're comparing this team because they are 12 plus. I mean, Tolu Smith, my man comes out there and actually contributes when he gets forced into that spot. Yeah. Tolu's, I like that guy. But, I mean, realistically, in hindsight now, since January, you look at what this team has done.
But he really likes Tolu Smith. Go on.
Well, no, I don't like Dennis. I love Dennis over the last month. I got to say, that kid earned his D back. I was the first one to come back and say it. My man earned his D back for sure. Okay. You look at what this, not only the front office, but also JB has done to be able to integrate 12 guys and get them to play at the same level all the time. I mean,
what I found interesting too, man, just to kind of piggyback on that, is this team, I think, is very, very intentional. And Trajan Langdon, he had to pivot. It wasn't like he got to go in and play his plan A because Dennis Schroeder wound up getting starter money thrown at him by Sacramento. Yeah. The Malik Beasley situation, and Tim Hardaway Jr. thought he had a chance to win a championship with the situation he was going to, but he did help to recruit during the offseason for the Pistons.
He probably went to a better situation for him.
Yeah, for himself. Yeah, and he said that the Pistons was one of his best NBA homes and experiences that he's had.
We just don't know what was offered. If he wanted a multi-year deal or things of that nature. I don't know exactly how that worked out. I would have loved to have had him back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But sometimes, to your point, sometimes the best moves by general managers or managers in general are the moves that aren't made. And for Trajan Langdon to have, and I'm not, again, you're right. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, how can he not be GM of the year? Because, when you see certain teams do stuff that you never thought, Charlotte's a pretty good example. Atlanta's a good example. Maybe they deserve a little bit more. I would ask, if not this year, then when? And I'm not saying, I'm not a believer that, Dan Campbell didn't get it last year. They gave it to this guy, so he deserves it this year. Bull crap. You've got to do it over and over and over again. Sometimes another coach can do a really good job. All I'm asking is, what does it take to prove to you how good they are when he doesn't make the move like Dennis Schroeder, didn't make that long-term move and make that overpayment, held off on Malik Beasley. There were a lot of people in this town who said, right away, do it the next day.
Not me.
He waited, not you, but there were a lot of people, okay? He pivoted like Kool-Aid said, And he and his staff were good enough to find, whether you like him or not, the Jenkins, the Greens. Green played 82 games, for Christ's sakes. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he was
so
the Iron
I
Man.
think there's things.
Shout out B-Ball Paul.
Yeah, there's certain and Paul Reed. There's certain things that he's done or hasn't done that I think warrants the conversation about him. That's all.
And remember the one player I told you when we saw these guys during training camp after media day and such, I was like, everybody looked like they've been in the weight room. There was seriously a gauntlet that was thrown out. The one player who I had questions about, and I love this potential, the one player I had questions about because I was like, it doesn't really look like he got there, was Bobby Klintman. And where is he at? He's no longer on this squad. So it seems like this team has a different philosophy about what they're going to be from number
serious.
one to the end of the roster.
Very
you have to
serious.
fit a certain bill.
I do agree with that, but I try not to get too caught up in that because I can't tell you how many years I went down to spring training and Miguel Cabrera is in the best shape of his life. I don't care. Because what's going to
Biggie
happen, I really want to see what is done on the floor. Somebody in the chat,
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Bell, said, the media treats all Detroit sports players like they're not superstars. But as soon as they go to another team, Madden or whatever, changes, they're rating from 78 to 91.
Yes.
You were going to
The narratives and everything.
When does it change? When do you get recognized? As soon as you're not in Detroit. Because realistically, we've had great teams, through my whole life.
Sue
And
wasn't
outside
a
of the Red
monster
Wings,
after
whoever
Detroit.
won anything, whoever won any hardware outside of the Red Wings.
When they left, from a coach standpoint, is that what
No,
you're
I'm
saying?
saying I'm just saying in Detroit, my lifetime, the championships that we've had, who won hardware?
Well,
But
okay.
I'm serious.
No, let's look. I'm from here too, just like we all are. But let's not be hyperbolic. Justin Verlander was viewed as a superstar. Max Scherzer was viewed as a superstar. Miguel Cabrera was viewed as a superstar. If we have them, they are given credit. Cade Cunningham is viewed as a superstar. Just because he's not going to win the MVP doesn't mean that he's not considered a superstar.
Dan Campbell should have a coach of the year.
Okay, well,
JB should have a coach of the year.
Well,
There's a lot of years.
Well,
that I
JB
can go-
may win it this year, okay? And Dan Campbell lost to he lost to Kevin.
KLC, yeah.
Huh?
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, he lost to Kevin O'Connell with the Vikings. And he finished second. I can understand that. He just won with Sam Flippin' Darnold as his quarterback
What about
and won
what about
14
when
games.
we went 15-2 without any of our entire offense or defense being hurt?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
To me,
he lost to Kevin
gotta-
O'Connell, who went 14-3 with Sam Darnold.
Whoever's in the chat that just said that, amen, man. Because I just don't believe that we get respect. We're not liked.
You don't think the Red Wings got respect? The Red Wings
my
dropped back.
caveat in the very beginning was outside of the 90s Red Wings.
Well, if they're not,
who won hardware here?
well, if they're not liked and respected, which I think is a very dangerous word to use because we throw it around like it's the word "the" in Detroit. How come the Lions were on national TV more than any other team a year ago?
Because
They probably will be
fans
again.
loved them. Because fans were following the comeback story.
Well, I mean, but
the
that's
laughable
that
Leos.
means they're liked. That means they're respected.
They were America's
Doesn't
team.
mean
Yeah.
Come on, I mean, Jameer
Just-
Gibbs is well respected. Amon-Ra St.
Yeah,
Brown
he's
is well
well
respected.
Selling
Aiden
tickets-
Hutchinson is well respected.
selling
Penei
tickets-
Sewell
when
is
he
well
plays,
respected.
yeah.
But
Knock it
selling
off.
tickets
J-Mo.
doesn't get you well respected
They love
with the
J-Mo.
sports writers that are actually voting.
Okay, I guess I will concede that. I find it interesting when we use the word. We always say we're not respected, and I think it's laughable. I think it's laughable. Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders are great players. Who should have been respected that has not received the respect they deserve? Our great players have been respected. They command it because of how great they have been. Now, you can be pissed off about Lou Whitaker like I am every single day that he's not in the Hall of Fame. That's a different story. Who is it who's performed well and isn't getting? Are we pissed
Man,
off
you're not
that?
gonna put on for Roy Williams? No, I'm just
Are we
playing.
all pissed off that Mo Sider's not going to win? The defenseman of the year.
I don't think anybody is upset with the Red Wings.
I mean, come on.
Winning or losing
Was Nick
something.
Lidstrom disrespected?
They're pissed off that they're-
because last time I checked, there's only one guy who's won that award more than anybody else.
That was my caveat.
I know it was the Red Wings.
So Calvin Johnson, how many years was he the best wide receiver in the league?
What is he? A two-time All-Pro?
3 times.
3-time All-Pro. Okay. Who else was during that era? Who was?
there's some good
there's
guys.
some
Larry
pretty good players.
Fitzgerald.
How many times does he have to be named in order for you to feel like he's been not
Well,
disrespected?
he was only loved for his 06 year. And that's it. Bolitnikoff and the Warfield Trophy that year. Pretty much nothing else.
Well, you're talking about college. Paletnikov Award is college award. It's not a pro.
Paletnikov and Warfield. That's the only awards that he won.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, in college with Georgia Tech.
I'm talking. Period. He won the Fantasy Player of the Year in 2012. This is Megatron, guys. I'm sorry, but he should have some more
what is
hardware.
it? But what is it you wanted him besides the yellow jacket? Which is the ultimate. What is it that he didn't win that you thought he should win?
Shep, I can't give you exact years or exact awards, but in my lifetime, I've felt that there were a lot of Detroit athletes that were in line to win things, and most of the time we didn't win them. And this year, especially these last couple of years with the Lions doing what they've done and the Pistons doing what they've done, we'll see how this thing settles. But again, I do believe, I got to side with the chat, whoever that was. They don't like us. We're disrespected. It's Detroit. Yeah. If we're LA, if we were a major media city, it makes more sense for them to give that MVP to a major athlete in a major market.
Aiden Hutchins, a two-time All-Pro. Penei Sewell is considered the best offensive lineman in football.
Considered. Okay? Where's his hardware, dog?
What do you mean?
That's what I'm talking about. This is the whole conversation. We're not talking about respect. We're talking about sports writers actually crowning Detroit athletes with hardware. Not respect, not selling tickets. Actual awards that don't wear Red Wing red.
So what's the award offensive linemen get that you want in the hardware?
I don't know what the name of it is.
It's the protector of the year, and he won it 2 years ago, and last year Joe Tooney won it.
Now this is the guy with the fielding Bible. I had to explain that too. You're not going too deep on us, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And Penei Sewell is a 3-time All-Pro.
All-Pro is not hardware.
All-Pro is hardware.
No.
Yes. It's not a Pro Bowl. I'm not talking about a Pro Bowl, bud.
We're not talking about Pro Bowls or all.
There's no hardware for linemen, buddy. That's all I'm saying to you.
All right.
Okay? I don't know what's the hardware. They don't give an award to a wide receiver as the best wide receiver in the National Football League. What they do is they make you an All-Pro. That's what the hardware is. And if Calvin Johnson's a 3-time All-Pro, Penei Sewell's a 3-time All-Pro, Amon-Ra St. Brown's a 3-time All-Pro, that's good hardware.
I feel like we've really lost the original point of this conversation. It's probably a great time to pay some bills.
Let's do that with Ben Johnson and Arden Jakes.
Shout out.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Amon-Ra St. Brown's a 2-time All-Pro. He's disrespected. Go ahead.
Sir Anson.
I have Ben?
You have Ben Johnson?
All right. Yes, listen, man. Detroit players can't get justice. They can't get respect.
JB Bickerstaff, Cade Cunningham, call Ben Johnson.
You want respect? You want justice?
Coach of the year, Ben Johnson.
It's not about respect. It's about hardware.
You want to give it back to the insurance company. You want to give it back to your landlord. All the people trying to screw you.
Give it back
you need
to your
Ben
landlord.
Johnson in your corner. You need Ben Johnson to call those sports writers and have them vote for JB Bickerstaff. Head on over to VenFights.com. Seriously, though, if you need a fighter in your corner, if you've got legal battles, this is the guy that you need to have your back. Ben Johnson.
Arden Jakes is all about respecting you with their menu, their 80 TVs, their 22 beers on tap, and their phenomenal time. Yeah, they've got great stuff taking place at all 6 of their locations on a regular basis. That includes $5 shorts of some really, really good beer. We're talking about Sam Adams Cherry Wheat, but I digress. You can follow Art and Jakes on their socials, Art and Jakes, and scan that QR code. Right now, download the A&J mobile app and become part of their fan club today.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that.
Don't just survive, thrive.
Big Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Time to talk about my favorite dispensary, Woodward Sports, taking over Loom Cannabis for their massive new Buffalo grand opening event Saturday and Sunday, May 2nd and 3rd. 30% off the entire store, 200 free goodie bags for the first 200 customers through the door, and a chance to win a PSX, PS5, Xbox, or a big screen TV 3 times throughout the days. Come out and see Braylon and the Heavyweights live starting at 4 p.m. And then catch the Heavyweights again as they announce the winner of a $5,000 weekend getaway for a tour to Tulum, another one of my favorite places. Sponsored by S'more House on Sunday at 5 p.m. live on Woodward Sports. Be at the grand opening event to enter. There will be cornhole, top brands on site, and massive deals all weekend long. Don't miss out. But guys, check out Loom. You got that 30% off your entire order when you use WSN30. It is the boutique dispensary. It's my favorite in the state. Go and check them out. And then once you're done, got to get in shape, baby. You need to get those munchies.
Get those lungs
Got
working.
to cut those calories out, man. Work them off. Planet Fitness, it is for everyone. They got 2,700 clubs nationwide, 50 more in Metro Detroit. Get that black card, get access to their spa and all those great amenities. It's only $24.99 a month, and you can bring a friend for free anytime. We're all strong on this planet, Planet Fitness.
So you're watching your calories because you're going to Planet Fitness. Watch your calories with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. It's only 100 calories, but it tastes smooth and clean. It's real vodka. It's real iced tea. Nothing fake about it. Just really good tasting, alcoholic Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea that has, as I mentioned, only 100 calories, but 4.5% alcohol. Please drink responsibly.
And we back.
Some super chats in here.
Yes, sir. We do have some super chats in. I will just kind of sneak this chat in there as well from our guy Freddie Felt. I need Shep to do a weed ad at least once. That would be electric. That would be electric.
Maybe we get him and Maz on a show and feed him an edible.
Oh my God.
We've got plenty of really good people who can do that.
Listen,
bro, it would be amazing cinema to see you on an edible.
Not happening.
Freddie Felt also says this though, $1.99 super chat. Shep is taking me back to the WDFN days with the rant.
Oh,
he loved when you were going off a little earlier on kind of how people should be looking at things, but how they're not with this NBA race.
Yeah, it's frustrating for us, but
Shout out
we're all
11:30 real quick though. And old Shep over here.
Long time ago,
Listen
man.
to him for
I grew up on
decades,
that, man.
No doubt.
Long time
When
ago.
did you drop the old?
Greg Henson gave that to me.
Okay.
I never called myself that, that's for sure. Somebody brought this up in the chat. Didn't Riley Green win a Silver Slugger last year? It's a good point. How many All-Stars did the Tigers have last year?
6.
6. Yeah, I thought so.
Stop making me laugh, Shep.
I was waiting for Anson to say they only did it to curse us.
I think that's respect. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
McKinstry, man.
Lions had what? Second
World breaker.
Yeah, McKinstry. That's
Lions
a good
had second
point.
highest amount of all pros, I believe. Like, what was that, a year ago?
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider that hardware. I understand why you do, and I get that. I want a damn Coach of the Year award.
I want to rock. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. I do
I'm
too.
not. Look, would you have said A.J. Hinch deserved Manager of the Year 2 years ago?
Yes.
Okay. So, is there a
no
pitching chaos?
Is there a debate?
A.J. Hinch?
Now remember where they were though. Mm-hmm. You know, they had to come from way behind to get the job done. So I'm talking about 2 years ago, not last year when they ended up being a wild card. They had to force their way in. I mean, Stephen Vogt got it because Cleveland came from way back, like Detroit did a year ago, and won it. Anyway,
Wasn't that guy just behind home plate a couple of years ago? Vogt?
Stephen Vogt, yeah, for Oakland or somebody.
Oakland, yeah.
Or you used to call him Oakland.
Yeah,
It's a little after 3. Let's do Build It with Bray. We do this on Thursdays with Braylon, but he's obviously not here. I brought this one in specifically for you in mind, and then we'll shift gears.
Basketball?
Yep. Then we're going to shift gears to football talk. Okay.
Let's do it.
Here it is. It's pick the team of the 90s. Okay. The team of the 90s. You get 4 opportunities: a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. All right? Now, I know it's not the way it is these days, but I want your best team that you would put together here. Each one of us gets an opportunity. We can double up. All right? It doesn't have to be exclusive. We don't have any money to spend, so you can pick any one of those guys.
UTEP 2 step up there?
Oh, yeah.
You're 5
That's already
of
my
the
point guard.
90s. All right?
Well, Anthony Hardaway.
Am I starting?
You are starting.
I'm going with the glove, not the oven mitt from 2004.
Wow, you
I'm
going
going
with
early
Lakers, Gary Payton, huh?
No, I'm not going with the oven mitt. I want Supersonic's glove. All right. Now, Penny, offensively probably should be the choice, but what Gary Payton did to guys defensively, and at the top of his game, I mean, you can't really say that Penny was that much better than him. Okay. Defensive purposes, I'm going with the glove.
Okay.
I mean, we shouldn't even talk about shooting guard.
Right.
I hate him, but he's the GOAT.
Yep.
And it's MJ. Period. Man,
Reggie
number
Miller
3, huh?
disrespect.
There's that word again.
Now, are we playing in the 90s, Shep, or are we playing not?
90s.
We are playing in the 90s? Because I don't necessarily need Glenn Rice to hit the 3.
I already know who my 3 is. You guys.
Yeah, I know you're going to take.
Yes,
I know you're going to take Grant Hill.
Mr. Teal.
I'm not
himself.
taking him on my team. I hate Pippen so much, but I hate Grant Hill. I do like Glenn Rice. There was like a 3-year period where Glenn Rice couldn't be stopped. But that wasn't in the 90s.
It's Grant.
It's not. Glenn Rice, 89. Michigan in me a little bit still. Rodman, get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Come on. Oof.
That's
That last one's really tough, man.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Shaq said some real choice things about my mother. So fuck Shaq.
Wait, what?
The Admiral signed a napkin for my grandmother on a plane. She had no idea who it was.
Shouldn't matter.
She had no idea who it was. And she just
Shaq
gives me
talked
this.
about your mom?
I'm going with the dream. Give me the dream, damn it.
All
Guy
right.
that teaches all the big men 20 years later. Give me the dream.
So I love that because I'm pretty damn close. I went Penny Hardaway, Michael Jordan, Grant Hill, Charles Barkley, and Akeem Olajuwon. All right? I've got scoring at every level. I've got defense at every level. I don't necessarily need it as much with the point guard, but I got scoring, rebounding, and defense at every level.
And I got
with
the
my
guy
team.
that's going to get in your head.
Dennis Rodman.
That's right.
I don't think he's going to do that with Charles Barkley, but you can put him on him as much
What
as
do
you want.
There's clips of him and Charles going at it, man.
Kool-Aid,
Yes,
give
sir.
give us your 5.
This is fun.
You know, just to be different,
It is
too,
good.
and shout out to Tim Hardaway.
You don't have to be different.
I'm
You
going
do
to
whatever
go
you
from
want.
a point guard.
Yeah.
I'm going from a point guard.
Can I
I
give you
like
a-
Anthony, though.
Can I give you a quick story about him?
Talk to me.
I think I was about 10 years old at Isaiah Camp. Will Robinson,
Yes.
legendary basketball
Good,
guy,
very
rest in
good
peace.
man. Good man.
And him and Isaiah are just having a conversation. And you got the best crossover in the league, Zeke. But you know that kid from UTEP's coming for you. Talk about Tim Hardaway about to graduate. And that crossover, man, whew.
That's why he's called. That's why he hosts a podcast called Crossover Podcast.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out.
talk to him every week. I think he had the best crossover until Allen Iverson. By the way,
Yeah.
Fair.
That's
Grant
very
Hill's
fair.
crossover was pretty damn
Oh,
good.
yes, it was.
It had
Ask Scottie
shades of
Pippen, who pooped his pants more than once in
And it
Chicago.
had shades of the Tim Hardaway crossover, too. Just like kind of low, quick
Yeah.
burst and right to the
Grant
rack.
Hill is so underrated. He's a Hall of Famer, so maybe he's
Oh,
not
yeah.
underrated. But and this, you could use this caveat for a lot of players in a lot of sports if he's only stayed healthy, right? But I'm telling you, go watch Grant Hill's highlights when he was in his prime and healthy with
Yes.
Detroit. The problem is, first of all, those uniforms sucked, and second of all, the team sucked. So if he played on a good team,
You heard that?
I mean, it
I love
shows
it.
you how the one guy can't do it all. He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just an incredible player.
Second
He was
best
Yep.
player in the league.
Great
In,
player.
in that
For about a year
era
and a half.
where
Yes.
scoring 25 points per game meant you were that deal,
Yes.
he entered the league and was absolutely that. And for me, it would be Tim Hardaway Sr., MJ, Grant Hill. I'm going to go with Sean Kemp.
That's
Kemp
where you
there.
lose.
I like
Have
the
some fun
athleticism.
alley-oops, though.
I like the athleticism there. No. In a Kool-Aid world, we go with Dennis Rodman, but I wanted to pick my kind of alternate universe lineup. And for my center, gotta go with Shaq.
I don't think anybody's picking Patrick Ewing, except for maybe Sweet Potato Cam, who likes to go
never
off
know.
the reservation once in a while.
Can I just point out real quick here?
Talk to me.
This man included all of Run TMC.
Didn't even know that.
You know what that is? Ooh, before your day, huh?
No.
Run TMC was who? He's showing his youth here, Shep.
Golly.
Educate.
Would you like to know?
Educate.
Tim,
Yeah.
Mitch, and
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
Mitch.
That Run
Mitch-
TMC
Mitch-
squad.
but Mitch
was
Richmond's
fun.
not in there.
Richmond.
He's right there
Where?
on the right.
That's not. Oh, is that Mitch Richmond? You think?
Surely is. Right next
Oh,
to
okay.
Drexler, buddy.
Yeah.
You got all
so,
three of them
So
there.
he's just not in. Neither one of them are in Golden State uniform. Yeah, those three guys plus Chris Mullen was Run TMC.
Run TMC. I loved that squad.
Hey, Chris
It
Mullen.
was.
Sniper.
Those guys, I still don't know how those guys. Well,
Couldn't
maybe I
do,
do.
like
know.
even win no damn series, man.
I know. I mean, those three players on the court at the same time. Like Chris Mullen was really good. People underestimate him too.
Oh, yeah.
He could shoot. He could deck it and
Absolute
drive it.
sniper.
Such a good player.
Curry of his day.
All right, Sweet Potato Cam, fire away, baby.
Oh yeah, let's go here. I'm picking up Penny Hardaway.
Okay.
Not only did I like him on the court, but loved his commercials
All right,
back
that's
in
a
the
The
check.
clean
Yeah.
sweep with nobody taking Stockton. Well done, gentlemen.
With the little penny.
Lil
right?
Penny,
Little
yeah.
Penny.
Lil
right.
Penny.
Yeah, that was great.
Lil
yeah,
Penny.
yeah.
Jordan, that's a giving.
Yep.
Grant Hill.
Okay. You and I are 3 for 3 so far.
Hook me up with Chuck.
That's 4 for 4 so far.
And then I like the Admiral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I like the Admiral.
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think you can really go wrong in any of these lines. I don't think anybody would take Mullen over the other three at the small forward. I can't imagine many. Look, unless you wanted that three-point shooting. If you just wanted three-point shooting and you had Reggie Miller and Glenn Rice on the same team, that's some sick stuff. I will tell you this. I saw an interview with Larry Bird years ago, and they asked Larry Bird, your all-time top 5. And he went position by position. All right?
Yep.
And when he picked Akeem Olajuwon at the center spot, that told me something. I'm like, yes. He picked Charles Barkley as the 4. He picked himself as the 3. He picked Michael Jordan as the 2. And the point guard, he picked Magic Johnson.
And most people will tell you Chuck Barkley is not 6'5"
Right. He's more like 6'4".
and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. but he was a hell of a player.
The round mound of rebounds.
Pretty good,
scrappy.
Yeah, pretty good broadcaster, except when it comes to college basketball. Okay, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, Mel Kiper and Todd McShay both came out with mock drafts. Mel Kiper's got the Lions taking a certain couple of players. What we've done is we put something together. Anson and Sweet Potato Cam worked really hard on it. Put some things together that if you couldn't take the player that Mel Kiper gave you, and some of these other players were available, who would you take? And we're going to do that with each and every one of us and you in the chat. Smash that like button when we come back after this from Estates Title, and Pure Psychiatry.
Hey, as a former title agent...
Kevin McGonigal just made an error. It's tied 1-1. Go ahead.
As a former title agent, I can tell you that there is no more important part of the buying process than your title agent. They are working for you. They are protecting you. Not the bank, not the real estate company. Estate Title Agency and Nabi Saad are on your squad. Listen, proudly serving Michigan 2003 they started. They've got over 20 years of experience. Combine that with Nabi's expertise and they can guide any title escrow transaction to a smooth landing. That's the goal, guys. They know you're busy, which is why they offer evening and weekend closings by appointment as well. For all your title needs, give them a call. Call Mr. Deeds, Nabi Saad, at Estates Title Agency.
You know, life can be tough. I mean, that was a tough play for Kevin McGonigal. It's not an error, by the way. So I think I jumped the gun there. But he afterward, he might be shaking his head a little bit and saying, you know what? I got to be better than that. A lot of us say that on a regular basis. Sometimes life can be unfair and really challenging. If you need some help, it's okay to admit it. Because Pure Psychiatry is here for you to give you your individual plan. The way that they can help you individually. It's not like the person before you. It's not like the person after you. They get to know you and make sure it's good for you. It's comfortable for you, all right? And it's accessible for you. Pure Psychiatry. 16 locations in Michigan. 2 in Ohio. If you've been thinking about making that first step, go ahead and take it with PurePsychMI.com.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
To any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. The Tigers are the best team in baseball. Get the best coverage in Detroit right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Every Scooble start, every green homer, and all the action can be followed on all of our social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's World Series or bust, Detroit, and we are here for the ride. Woodward Sports. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
NBA playoffs are here, y'all, and if you haven't gotten that Caesar Sportsbook app, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports, now is your time. It's never too late because you can place any bet up to $1,000. If you lose, you get that back. All y'all gotta do is scan that QR code, enter that code, Woodward1000. If that first bet doesn't hit, you get that deposit back up to $1,000. That is correcto. $1,000 back just for giving it a shot. Minimum bet $20. Download that Caesar Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000 or scan that QR code on your screen. And most people think of energy comes in a 16-ounce can full of sugar and neon-colored liquid. But you know better. It's time to upgrade your game with Thrive Energy pouches. This ain't your daddy's dip. It's tobacco-free, nicotine-free, mental powerhouse. Packing 300 mgs of clean, smart caffeine, including alpha, GPC, and L-theanine. No jitters, no sugar crash, and zero bloating. Grab your wintergreen, peach, peppermint, or cinnamon today. Scan that QR code on your screen or visit dipstop.com. Use promo code WSN for 15% off your entire order. Thrive, clean energy, zero distractions. They just flippin' work.
Bad. See, now that's poor base running. I'm sorry. I mean, when you got one. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going on. The weather's heating up. We're watching a little baseball. The patio season's open. You're out there every once in a while. I see my neighbor all the time. He's got the fire going, all that other stuff. It's great stuff. And then you look over and you're like, what are you drinking over there? Oh, you got a Sam Adams cherry wheat. Good for you. That's smart. It's clean. It's refreshing. It tastes good. I like good tasting beer, all right? Plus, the Michigan cherries, brewed with Michigan cherries, that's clutch. And tonight, Mondays, Saturdays, at our friends Art and Jake's location, $5 shorts. Go get one today. So the Tigers took a 1-0 lead, folks, on an RBI double from Spencer Torkelson. Kansas City tied it up on a hot shot that, well, what? I guess back in the day, Aurelio Rodriguez would have had it. Kevin McGonigal, that's a tough play. Okay, so it goes off his glove. Bobby Witt Jr. scores 1-1. Dylan Dingler, who's been incredible. Like, I probably, the only player I've been more impressed with than Dylan Dingler is probably Kevin McGonigal. Just because, he's 17 games deep. He's been on base in every game but one that he's played in. And Dylan Dingler dude's got a really quick bat. Everybody looked at the defense a year ago. I think his offense is really impressive. He doubles, and then Riley Green with one off a little bit at the end of the bat into center field. And what did I say? I said, oh, he's not going to score on that. They sent him. Joey Core gets really aggressive, and that's what's helped him, I guess,
great throw,
a little bit. But it was a great throw. But, it's the major leagues. He only got one out. Stop at third.
No reason to send him.
I didn't think there was, personally. Anyway, so it remains tied at 1 in the 4th inning. We'll keep you updated on what's going on. All right?
They just still over the third.
What's that?
Said they got over the third.
Yeah. It was Riley Green over to third, and now
go.
Matt Vierling comes through.
Let's go.
So Matt Vierling singles to
left.
Should be
3-1. Should be 3-1.
Yeah, but you'll take the 2-1. At least Vierling comes through. The guy that so many people wanted gone. Suddenly, people will clap for him. 2-1. The first 2 games of the series, 2-1 as well.
Is there a better name for baseball than Dylan Dingler?
Dingler bang. That's right. Every home run is a Dingler bang.
Is it?
Dingler bang?
Every time he hits
I'm not
one,
going to lie.
a
It's the first time
dingler
I've heard that. Torque bomb I've heard of. Torque bomb I've used. But Dingler bang, I can't
new.
say.
It's
yeah.
provocative.
It is very provocative. Let's shift gear. Do we have any super chats that we got to keep up to speed
Yes,
with?
sir.
before
Yes,
we
sir.
get going? Okay, go ahead.
And shout out to the people for being here. Smash that like button if you haven't got the opportunity to. But
Right
Michael
on.
Wary sends in 2 super chats.
Right on.
One, he says, when, if ever, have the media given any Detroit team or coach any credit? Never in my lifetime. And then he says, the bad boys were even disrespected.
Amen. Like police.
Yeah.
Love me some Michael Wary.
Okay,
Shout
can
out
I
to
just say this? The bad boys were disrespected by Michael Jordan. All right? I mean, sorry, but Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars and Bill Laimbeer, they were all-stars. So Chuck Daly was the coach of the year. Chuck Daly was named
Shout out Daddy
the
Rick.
Dream Team coach. You know who disrespected the Pistons?
MJ.
Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson. Okay? Magic Johnson didn't stand up for Isaiah Thomas.
That's right.
Hell, Chuck Daly didn't stand up for Isaiah Thomas. So you could blame it. You can say it a national thing all you want.
That's always
but,
a tough one to swallow with
yeah.
Pistons lore.
You're damn right it is.
Worm was an all-star in 1990. How many times do you think Dennis Rodman was an all-star, Kool-Aid?
Not enough.
Dennis Rodman, what, at least in his career? I'll say at least 6 or 7.
You'd think.
Hold on.
Twice.
I was going to say 3 times.
What?
Yeah.
90 and 92.
That's highway robbery.
Now that's disrespect. That's a guy wearing a wedding dress that the NBA did not want to give hardware to.
That's a good point.
Wow, only 2.
That's
Again.
not hardware. That's just an all-star game.
Again, the use of the word disrespect to me is oftentimes funny because
That's disrespect, though. You can double down
Hey,
on that.
does Andre
sensitive.
Drummond's All-NBA,
sensitive.
what his rookie game trophy, does that count as
Yes.
hardware?
That's hardware. It's on his mantle. He's so mad.
It's a rookie game.
That's funny.
Yeah, and if Grant Hill won that same hardware,
It's different.
oh, okay. That's what I thought. It's
Yeah.
in teal. That's for sure.
It's not, I think we would probably have to start with, how do we define the word disrespect, which we throw around all the time, and I think is, kind of laughable at times, to be honest with you. But that's what we'd have to do. I mean, you got to figure that out first and foremost.
There's times when it's more visible, especially like after the Pistons beat the Lakers in 04. You would like to hear how they did it rather than how the Lakers lost it. But in the grand scheme of things, I definitely get it on a national sense. They're not going to look at Detroit over what they perceive to be the bigger markets. But I do believe this. In recent years, there seems to be a shift to where they are talking more about Detroit in engaging ways. You see us popping up regularly on Stephen A. Smith now and on some of these other podcasts talking about Detroit, saying some outlandish things, and maybe they're testing the water because
so I'll talk
they're getting a little bit of rise in engagement now.
I'll talk out of both sides of my mouth here, all right? So I'm being hypocritical. Oftentimes they'll say, I don't care what the national media says, and then I'll turn around and say, why doesn't the national media get it? Okay, so that's you can't necessarily do that. So Stephen A. Smith talking about the Pistons doesn't matter shit to me. Okay?
Tell him, Shep.
Because here's the guy
I
who
might
was
have set
openly
this one
rooting
up.
for the New York Knicks
I
last
love
year.
this.
Openly rooting for the New York Knicks, number one. And number two, actually said, hey, it's great that the Knicks win an in-season tournament.
Raise
Wow.
the banner.
I do not care.
How'd that work out for them?
Does not move my needle at all. Well, there's a lot of people.
They went 3-8 after that, I think.
Did they?
Yeah.
They should have raised that banner.
Yeah.
That's all they're going to have.
All right, so here we go. Let's go to the NFL. Mel Kiper has come out with his 2-round draft, and Mel Kiper, a national guy on ESPN who does his homework. I mean, works his ass off to find as many players as he can. You may not always agree with his rankings of his players and who should go where. That's fine. But the dude does his homework. He does his research, and whether you like him on TV or not, he does, I think, command a lot of respect for the amount of time that he puts in. I like Dane Brugler, quite honestly, but Mel Kiper's a guy worth talking about and noting, especially in a two-man
Mel
draft.
Kiper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
I do.
Mel Kiper in his latest mock draft, and it was just the first 2 rounds, as I mentioned. Thank you. Beautifully, on site, on time. For the Detroit Lions at 17. There you go. Thank you, Roger. Phony. So the Lions have selected, according to Mel Kiper at 17, Monroe Freeling. He's the offensive tackle from Georgia. All right, he played left tackle.
That's almost like getting Shep some buddies.
Yes, he would be my guy. We've been on this for about 2 months. Really like Monroe Freeling. I think, quite honestly, you could put him at left tackle. You could actually put him at left tackle, and you'd be in good shape. Penei Sewell could stay at right tackle. I truly believe that. All right.
Would you prefer that?
Would I prefer that? I prefer whatever Dan Campbell and Hank Fraley think would be best for this team. I don't know. I've talked to guys who've done this, but I can't say how challenging it is to move from left to right or right to left. Penei Sewell played left tackle in college. There's no question Monroe Freeling could play right tackle in the NFL. But he is a guy who has, 18 starts under his college football belt. That concerns some people. Doesn't concern me, but I'm not making the pick. I'm not married to it. He's a guy I would take. So I would be happy with this. If Mel Kiper's draft laid out this way, I'd be really happy. We put together a few guys that we would like to know who you would take instead of, who came after this mock draft in the first round at 17. You ready? Here are a few guys. Oliva Vega Ionye. He's the guard for Penn State.
God bless you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ionye is a mauler, hasn't allowed a sack in 2 years. He's an absolute beast, and I would argue the best interior offensive lineman in this draft. I have, 3 favorite guys: Freeling, Ionye, and David Bailey. Love David Bailey, the edge rusher. But you're not going to get all 3 of them. You'll be lucky to get one of them. All right? So would it be Ionye is one of those. Another is Blake Miller. He's the right tackle for Clemson.
That's my guy.
Who started 54 games with the Tigers and set a new program record with almost 3,900 snaps.
And he
could play right tackle right away for
his RAS score for his position is top 6 in the last 25 years.
Can you explain that to the folks who may not know what that is?
Basically speed and agility, all of the measurables that they're putting together at the combine. He ranked overall between his speed, the bench press, the jump, the cone drill. He was in the top 6 players at his position at offensive tackle in the last 25 years. This is a guy that is being mocked at the end of the first round, early second round. We've seen the Lions take guys well ahead of where most would take them. This guy fits that RAS score need that the Lions have shown us, like year after year. They love these high RAS score guys. Mm-hmm. This is a guy that I could see them just staying put and drafting early. This is certainly a guy that they might be able to, again, like you said, move down to 22, 23, pick up a third that we don't have, and then get your guy. And Blake Miller is my guy.
Why do you like him so much?
The interviews, he's a fantastic interview. Actually, we have one in there if you guys want to play that. He's got that just gritty attitude. He's a scumbag, kind of the way that Tate Ratledge was coming out last year.
It's like Kevin McGonigal as a baseball 100%, player, really.
But ultimately, there's so many things that fit what we've seen fit the Lions picks. They interviewed him. He's a big-time RAS guy, and he's a grit guy. These are the 3 things that you see commonplace with all of these picks since Dan and Brad took over.
Yeah. I think the other 2 guys fit that bill too, but his starts, the number of starts under his belt, the size, the athleticism, absolutely. If you watched any of Braylon's breakdown earlier in the week, he did bring up some concerns. No recruit, no player is perfect by any stretch.
Certainly.
But he had some really good opinions on that. So that's a possibility. Here's another one, all right? Jermod McCoy. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. He's the cornerback from Tennessee.
He missed a year, right?
He did. He missed a year with a torn ACL last year.
But this guy,
he's an All-American prior to that.
This is a top 10 talent in this draft class.
Some would say even higher than that, yes. Considered one of the best corners, best cover corners in the NFL.
And the guy, once he gets that rock in his hands, is dangerous too.
Yeah, because he can play special teams. You're right.
But whether he's receiving a kick or whether he's picked off a pass, this guy's dangerous with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I think he's from watching him 2 years ago, just on tape. It's not like I sat there and broke it down like Mel Kiper did. The only guy that they consider a better corner is Mansour Delaney. He's the kid from LSU. So anyway, Jermod McCoy is another one, and then
and real quick,
yeah,
injury history. That's number 4 that they love, right?
Supposedly,
it's a Brad Holmes prospect.
Who else are you referring to?
A lot of the guys they've signed and drafted. You know.
Oh yeah, right. I got you. Yeah. All right. Here's another one. Keldrick Falk. He's the edge rusher from Auburn. Great story about him, by the way. But he's
an edge rusher in the first round, Shep?
Yeah. How would you feel about that? I mean, most people would love that.
I don't need it, but I know I know the Detroit fan base.
Oh, you don't think they need it?
Oh no, I know they need it. Okay. It's not necessarily what I need them for them to do for me to be happy coming out. I want Blake Miller. Period. That's who I want. Any one of these other guys that you've gone through the list that we've been discussing for the last day, I like all of them. But again, like everybody here in Detroit, they need that edge rusher. Like they
Well, they do.
They need that hit. You know?
They do. But what I'm looking at is when you're looking at Blake Miller to either replace Larry Borum or even Ione to possibly replace Christian Mahogany, man, that offensive line looks really, really good when you talk about adding one of those guys there.
I'm glad you brought that up. Let me ask you guys this. Be honest here. Do you think their offense is already better than last year? When you have Cade Mays in the middle, when you, let's say you just put Sewell at left tackle, you had Larry Borum at right tackle. Okay, we know that Sam Laporte is going to come back, right? And whether you think Montgomery and Pacheco were a wash or one has a slight edge over the other, I don't think there's a massive amount of difference there. Would you say their offense is better based on some of those explanations than a year ago?
I mean, listen, you give me Greg Dortch over the Leaf, and I love the Leaf. Don't get me wrong, you know. But yeah, when you look at this team, the problem that they had from day one was the communication and continuity of that offensive line. Mm-hmm. And it's because you had a guy that disappeared that you thought you were going to have, and you had another guy in Taylor Decker that just wasn't good enough. And then you got a bunch of guys you're filtering and jumping in through the line.
So
you
think as of right now,
I think
if they started today, they would be better.
The downgrade with Monty doesn't take enough off from what this new offensive line will do for them.
All right. So is it fair to say we all would agree the offense is better than it was a year ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. How about the defense?
Are we talking week 1 of last year or week 10 of last year?
I don't know.
Because
I'm not sure how much it matters.
Yeah.
Well, it does to me because you had both safeties.
Oh, okay.
Now, and right now you look at Kirby, and Kirby's saying all the right things, saying he's going to be ready. We know that BB's not going to be for some time, and I felt that, you got Hutch, and that's great. He's your catalyst, but those two did so much for this team in terms of forcing turnovers, forcing big tackles.
So you don't have the safety. So you would argue, correct me if I'm wrong, there is more need on defense than on offense. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah.
One guy, if you draft in the first round, let's just say for sake of argument, you drafted one guy for offense, and it happened to be in the first round, your offense is complete. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, because you've got everything else filled. Would you love both Ione and Monroe Freeling? Absolutely. Ooh. That's not possible, right? Could you get another guy as a guard in the second round? I think there is a guy that we'll bring up. You could do that too. It's probably not where you're going to go. But one guy could make a difference. Defense, you need a lot.
Yeah.
So when you say, well, do you really need the edge? You could argue they need the edge more than they need the tackle.
I think their defensive line is better this year than it was last year.
Who's the opposite edge of Aiden Hutchinson?
We're not sure yet. And starting last year, no one was excited about AQM. No one was excited about...
Agreed. But we do know what he was at the end of the year.
For sure.
Who is it this year, DJ Wanham?
Well, to me, I don't think that the Lions are done. I think
neither do I. But they're not done on offense either. I'm just asking, as of right now, going into the draft, what do you think has more needs?
Well, the defense.
Okay.
The defense has had more needs since they got here.
Okay, then that's the only reason I bring up the edge rusher. When you say you're not in that camp.
That's why I think that everyone in Detroit would be ecstatic over an edge rusher versus anybody else. They could take a bad edge rusher, and Lions fans would be excited.
You're probably right. So Akeem Messidor, not that he's a bad rusher, he and Falk are considered pretty close to one another in terms of where they might be going or ranked among edge rushers. So with all that said, there's one more, let's have the other offensive lineman. And this is the kid from Arizona State. This is Max Ian-Akor. Okay? That's how you...
Achor.
Ian-Akor.
Sure.
C-O-R-E is how I've been told it's pronounced.
Let's go.
Either way.
Let's go.
Ian-Akor.
I sent you the pronunciation yesterday.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. And how it's spelled out phonetically. But either way, I wouldn't want to be Dan Miller trying to explain
You
it.
just
Anyway.
missed the Tigers and another
Yeah, I
one,
was
buddy.
going crazy.
All right.
Cam was going
Well,
crazy.
I was trying to do a show. I guess I should have. I guess we can divert anytime we want here and just start talking baseball. I thought
Tigers are up
I thought we
3-1.
worked on some graphics to do some things. Anyway,
It's
so
fire, too.
which of the guys, if you didn't take Monroe Freeling, we already know you're going to take Gabe Miller. Who you taking if it's not Monroe Freeling and he's already gone? Who's left on this Kool-Aid that you're taking from Mel Kiper's mock draft?
Man. Ooh. I'm stuck somewhere between Blake Miller and Ione. And I don't know. Goodness, I don't know which one to pick. I feel like defensively, if there's an edge, I feel like you can get something in a second. But if I had to put my finger on one, probably Blake Miller.
Okay. How about you, Sweet Potato Cam? Give me...
Well, if it's not Blake Miller, give me Ione.
Yeah, that's who I'm taking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is probably my second favorite player, 1A, 1B with him and Monroe Freeling. So I would take him, and I would have the best interior offensive line the Lions have had perhaps in our lifetime. Which would I be? I mean, even better than Zeitler, Ragnow, and Glasgow.
My thinking would be that they like Larry Borum
close.
at left tackle a lot. And that,
No, right tackle.
At right tackle, I'm sorry. And that maybe they are looking more at interior, which I personally would love.
Yeah.
But Blake Miller has played so many games. Like, my heart is with Ione. I want to be able to show up that interior, especially when you got Cade Mays now there at center. But Blake Miller has just played so many games. And when you talk about injuries along the offensive line, it does make you think. But I don't know, Shep. You might be swinging me back to the interior.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't. I guess the point would be neither one would be a bad move by any stretch. Just so people are aware, the mock draft that Mel Kiper had with Freeling going at 17, the choice of Ione from Penn State went to Pittsburgh at 21. So they would have Zach Frazier, their second-round pick a few years ago out of West Virginia, who I think is fantastic, and then Ione right next to him. Pretty impressive stuff. Then Philadelphia would take Blake Miller, all right, as at number 23. 24, the Browns take Jermod McCoy. And at 26, Buffalo takes Keldrick Falk with Ian-Akor or Chor going to San Francisco at 27.
Ihanachor.
Okay, thank you. Ihanachor. There you go. Now, in the second round, Detroit has the one pick, and it's 50th overall. Mel Kiper has the Lions with the 50th overall pick taking Derek Moore, the outside linebacker at the University of Michigan. All right?
Go blue.
I think this pick will be your edge rusher.
You do. Okay. Well, here's who they would have passed on. Here are some of the names they would have passed on, including Caleb Lomu, the offensive tackle from Utah, Emmanuel Pregnon from Oregon. He's the guard. Gabe Yakis, the edge rusher from Illinois, who I like a lot, and D'Angelo Pons, the cornerback from Indiana. So with the Lions, according to Mel Kiper, taking Derek Moore, the edge, who of the remaining four would you take? Now remember who you took in the first round. Kool-Aid took Blake Miller. Who are you taking in the second? And then Cam and I, as the Tigers add to another one, Jahmai Jones with an RBI, 4-1.
Hey, let's go.
Sweet Potato Cam and I both took Vavega Ione. So who would you take in the second round?
I would like you to bring up Mr. Parker for me. T.J. Parker.
Ooh, I didn't even bring that up. Thank you.
Kid out of Clemson, which I believe will be the pick for the Detroit Lions in the second. You're going to have to wait around for your edge. Highly productive guy. Was it Shamar Stewart? Everybody wanted last
Mm-hmm.
year. I told you all he had, 2 sacks his senior year?
Mm-hmm.
And he was pretty terrible. This guy is a big motor. He's very intelligent, and he produces. He's been interviewed by the Lions. We've got a clip of him in there with a little talking about what he would mean on the opposite side of Hutch, but I believe
Good
that
job.
this guy will be in Honolulu Blue at the end of April.
Finished his career at Clemson with more tackles for loss than games played.
That's the guy you want.
He had 41 and a half tackles for loss, and he had 39 games played.
Talk about impact.
Blake Miller and T.J. Parker.
Good job.
I'm so happy if that happens.
That's a really good one. Thank you for bringing that up because I did not put that in the chat, if you will, amongst us.
I hit it.
All right, so I like it. I didn't know we were hiding things from each other. I
No,
thought we were all
I
full
sent
board.
it to you yesterday.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, so Kool-Aid, who would you take? Knowing that you took Blake Miller in the first round, you could get your guard here, if you wanted.
Yeah.
You could get Pregnon, who's a good player. He's a really good player.
Listen, that's where my mind is at. If I don't take Aonia in the first round, then I'm looking at shoring up that offensive line. I thought about Pons. I thought about more. I even like what you're doing with T.J. Parker here. I really, really do. But when the Detroit Lions were at their best, it was when this team had the offensive line as the undoubted best unit on the squad and probably one of the best in all of football. And I'm like, you know what? If I can go and get that line, save some money by having these young players that we believe can contribute, I'd probably do that right now. But I did. It was tough.
So Pregnon would be your guy?
Let's go Pregnon.
Okay. So this kid was an All-American. The Oregon Ducks line won the Joe Moore Award, which is given to the best offensive line. He's got all the intangibles. He's got size. He's got power. He's competitive. Going back to what Anson said earlier, if you got your edge in the first round, Messidor, let's just say for sake of argument, and you got this guy in the second round, you'd be okay.
Add a lot to your
Now,
trust.
it still hurts your draft capital from a tackle standpoint, but I love it. Okay, so he went tackle and guard. He pushed all his chips to the middle of the table with offense. He hasn't addressed the defense. You would piss a lot of Lions fans off with that, but you'd be a hell of an offensive line.
I feel like I'm going against myself here, but it's
Right,
just
I argue
too
with myself every
tantalizing.
day. It's all right.
It's too tantalizing. I'm sitting there looking at this. Wait, Dingler Bang? I'm sorry.
What? There's a Dingler
Is
Bang.
that
Dingler Bang.
Let's
It's a 2-1
go.
He's got a double and a home run, man.
Halfway there.
That's his fourth home run of the year.
Chad is
Halfway
going
there.
crazy right
That's
now.
what it's
6'1". Man, 411 feet. That's an absolute
That's a bomb. $2 super chat from Spurs.
That's not
He
bad
says,
for a
"Dingler,
second-round
dingler."
pick and a guy who started his career as a
out.
center fielder at Ohio State. Not bad, is it?
Not bad at all. But this one is like when you're saving your money to get everything, to get that one toy, that one gift, that one car, whatever, that down payment for whatever you're trying to get. Pregnon to me represents that when I'm looking at Blake Miller already
All
in
right.
tow, Cade Mays. Man, we can just go and lock in that start to an elite offensive line.
It is. It's hard to argue with it. It really is because you've addressed the tackle and the guard position. By the way, John Schreiber, who's from the area, just an absolute meatball that screamed "hit me" to Dylan Dingler. Sweet potato camp. You
Who's
remember,
coming off injury?
You took
Who's
Ione.
coming off injury?
So you're going to take the cornerback, but he's not available.
No, I'm just
All right?
kidding. I got to go with my Wolverine, Derek Moore.
Okay.
Shout out.
All right.
Yes.
All right. You want the
Hail.
Shocker.
Hail.
Shocker.
So you're doing that strictly because you like
First-
him
well,
and you
first
think he's
round
really
pickup.
good, or you'll do it because he went to Michigan.
No, address the O-line in the first round.
That's right. But you like Derek Moore.
I like
because-
it. Yeah,
okay.
speed off the edge, physicality, playmaker.
Wolverine.
He did play at the big house.
That's an added bonus then, is what you're saying, right? Okay.
Cool.
No, it's good. I mean, look. I mean, it's your choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I got no problem with it. So with me,
I love you, Cam. NMC, no mustache Cam, baby.
with me, I would go with the kid out of Illinois, who's really quick. He's really aggressive. He's got power. He's got decent technique. He's an absolute beast. All right. He led the Big Ten during the regular season with 11 sacks. There's nobody in the Fighting Illini's defense who had more than 2. In other words, every single team on offense was game planning against this cat. So
a few double teams, I imagine.
You would think so, all right? You would think so. And he was tutored by a run specialist who played with the New England Patriots. His name is Joe Kim, all right? A pass rush specialist. So I think he's the guy who's got powerful and solid technique. I would take him as a guy who's, if I had him at 50 overall. I don't know about his instincts. I mean, scouts can tell me about his instincts, all right? But, and some may say he's a little inconsistent at times. I'll tell you what, man. When you boast 11 sacks in the Big Ten and every team is game planning against you, I think those are pretty
Especially
good
in the Big
credentials.
Ten, no doubt.
Yeah. I think the conference matters, don't you?
Absolutely, especially in the Big Ten because it's such a mauling conference. Like you're putting guys from the offensive or defensive line into the NFL. They're coming from a brand of play, a style of gameplay that's similar, man.
And you guys have talked about experience, and rightfully so. Gabe Miller with the 54. This dude played 50 straight games, and he's number 2 all-time at Illinois in sacks and number 9, I think, all-time in tackles for loss.
Kool-Aid, I really did my homework
productive.
here. Yeah. Last 2 things I just put into Slack. Could you play both of them? They're both pretty quick.
Yeah. Which
There's a Blake Miller interview, very short, and then T.J. Parker.
Yes.
I really believe both these guys are going to be in Honolulu Blue.
All right. Do you want me to play them back to back? I know
Go
they're
Blake
both
first.
All right, let's rock.
So they're dipping into Clemson.
Dipping into Clemson.
Double Clemson.
All right, shout out
Double
to Blake
by Bobby
Miller.
Wood Jr. Go ahead.
I think his physicality, finishing blocks, his nastiness is awesome. And also, too, he's athletic, gets out on the perimeter, gets to the second level, gets to the third level, makes blocks downfield.
What's it tell you about that? He studies the game.
He's studying the man.
He loves it.
The protector of the year.
2 years ago.
Is that hardware for you?
That is some hardware.
Now Parker.
Yeah, Mr. Parker.
Have you met with the Detroit Lions?
Yes, sir.
Informal, formal?
Formal.
What pops in your mind when you think about playing on a front seven with Aiden Hutchinson and Jack Campbell?
Oh, man, relentless. Man, those guys get after the ball, man. It's just the way they play defense is just fast and physical at every time. And that's definitely a defense you want to surround yourself with. Being a guy who always wants to be physical and violent. And just seeing those guys, the way they treat the game and the passion for it is just lovely. So.
Have you?
All right, I'm going to pick him up at the airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2 newest Detroit Lions right there.
That would be, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
Based on that.
Me
Now,
too,
their production has got to match that.
Yep.
You can win the press conference all you want, but your production's got to match
And
it.
look
Good
back-
job, dude. Way to go. Thank you for
Look
that.
back. These guys don't draft people that they did not have a formal interview with. Period.
It's a fire segment, man. Graphics were hot, too.
It was a fire segment. You know what? Kudos to Benson and Sweet Potato Cam. I mean, they did a great job on those
Shout
graphics.
out.
They were that stir that is stirring the drink.
Who needs a
okay?
designer when you have an AI agent in your pocket? Pause, I think.
That's a drop. All right, quick timeout. We'll get to some super chats. And a very
in your pocket?
Front interesting
pocket?
basketball question for everybody before we're out of here. Stay with us.
Talk to me
Dr.
about Dr.
Pierce.
Pierce, Anson.
Hey, listen, tomorrow, Dr. Pierce will be in, your injury insider. You know, he's trusted by Braylon, by DMAC, by all kinds of professional athletes. He's over at the Michigan Sports and Spine Institute. You can find him at michigansportsandspine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944 or just scan that QR code above my head and make sure you tune in tomorrow as we'll be talking peptides with the doc.
Buddy's Pizza is so good, but it's so good also in the community. I think that's we get caught up in, and the pie, I do. I know that. As a matter of fact, I got one at home that I'm going to make later on today. But we got to remember that they've been doing what they've been doing so well for years now and it's the 50th annual Slice for Life fundraiser. They've been raising money for a good cause, like the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. Here's how you can help out. When you dine in or when you carry out anybody's location on the 27th of April, 20% of the total sales donated to the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. Buddy's raised over $4 million when it comes to this cause. Enjoy a great meal, support a great cause. It's Monday, April 27th at any Buddy's location. Do that.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
I'm not going to lie, man. I'm jealous. Tomorrow, the legend known as D-Mac and the legends known as the heavyweights, they're headed up to the
Are they
Sioux.
getting more free food?
Yeah.
I'm so pissed.
They're going to Sault Ste. Marie to the northernmost Black Rock Bar and Grill.
So
and
good.
Get there early, guys. If you're up north, Red Wings legend, like I said, Darren McCarty's kicking things off the meet and greet at 4 p.m. Hang out with the crew, talk some sports, experience Black Rock's famous sizzling steaks on that 755-degree volcanic rock. Head up on there. It's inside the Keewatin Casino in Sault Ste. Marie. We hope to see you guys there. It's not just a meal, though, at Black Rock. It's an experience. Check them out, blackrockrestaurants.com.
That Black Rock, I mean, that lobster tail looks so good. And so does a good-looking haircut by you. You're in, you're out. That's what it's all about at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's a clean establishment with, right now you could be watching the Tigers. You could be watching golf. There's a lot of different things while you're getting your haircut. It doesn't feel like your typical place to get your haircut. Not your typical salon. It cares about you, and they take care of you in a great way. 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Speaking of taking care of people, we're taking care of you for your draft day itch. Live at the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. Woodward Sports is going to be there Thursday night, a week from tonight, April 23rd. Tune in. We broadcast live from the largest massage chair showroom in the entire Midwest. We've got your NFL draft party live Thursday night. Your ticket to the ultimate recovery, relaxation, and football at the Massage Chair Warehouse there in Bloomfield Hills. Hey, by the way, I forgot to mention, we had brought up Mel Kiper's mock draft. Todd McShay's mock draft had the Lions taking Blake Miller and D'Angelo Ponds, one of the guys we put up there. He's the cornerback from Indiana. Had him taking good player, diminutive, but a really good player.
Well, we love those 5'10" guys here in the secondary, don't we?
Well, a lot of us want to get away from that.
Yeah, no, I was being sarcastic, man.
But
tired of the 5'9", 5'10" nickelbacks.
But he is a very good player.
Yes, very
One
cerebral.
more, since I'm a fan of Dane Brugler, I'm going to be self-righteous here. He's got them taking Monroe Freeling at 17, and he did all 7 rounds.
That's your guy.
That's my guy. I'm not going to go through all 7 rounds. But Dane Brugler had the Lions taking Monroe Freeling at 17 and D'Angelo Pons at 50. Would you be all right with that?
Not as excited as I would be with Parker and Miller, but sure.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
Honestly, the combos that you've thrown out there, I'm not mad at any of them.
Okay, me either. He then had them taking Jacoby Thomas, the safety out of Miami, and Caden Curry, the edge rusher out of Ohio State.
I'm down with that.
Okay? Those are your first 4 picks and the top 4 rounds.
Contributors
Right away. And I think that's what you need. All right, any super chats before we move on to our next topic real quick?
We got one that Michael Wary threw in there a little bit
All right,
earlier. Actually, we got a couple here.
Okay.
He says that the league did also, and I think that was a little bit earlier when we were talking about some NBA stuff. And the Purple $2 super chat says Jordan Vandenberg from Georgia Tech. He believes that he is dope as a prospect he would look at. And Stephen Baffy $5 super chat. He says Dream Draft. The Browns trade up from 24, giving us 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and we then take Blake Miller round 1 and Gabe Jacques round 2.
Amen to that.
It sounds like a Shep.
And you get a 3rd
Shep
round
draft.
pick?
Yep.
I'd do that. I'd be really
I like
happy
that one.
with
Shout
that.
out Stephen Baffy.
You trade back and still get Miller and add a 3rd.
And you get your edge rusher in the
You
2nd?
won.
I would be giddy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Depending on what you do with the 3rd. If you take a wide receiver, I might have to cut your hamstrings. But if you got a safety or you got a linebacker, I'd be pretty damn happy. All right, good stuff. Thank you for that.
Not so shank your
Appreciate that.
hamstring.
Yeah, right. Guga Kalunga. Right, listen. I got this off Basketball Reference.
Did you just say Gungula?
Gunga Kalunga. Yeah, that's from Caddyshack.
Yes, it is.
But remember, he's the one who says...
You got that going for you.
Yeah, which is nice. These are 12 active NBA players who are near locks for the Hall of Fame based on Basketball Reference Hall of Fame probability.
You got Anson's
This is not me.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Let's go.
You ready? LeBron James 100%. Kevin Durant 100%. Steph Curry 100%. James Harden 100%. Am I wrong yet?
Yeah, no, you're not. You're not wrong.
100% for James Harden is pretty tough. But anyway, Russell Westbrook 99.9%. You're still good with it. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that man was the 2nd player ever to average a triple-double.
I would have had him higher than James Harden. Now that makes it a little different.
Me
for
too. It's
longevity
minuscule.
is what's
it's
helping
minuscule,
Harden.
But yeah, Nikola Jokic 99.8%.
Stop it.
Oh my goodness.
What?
If he retired today, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
That's silly.
Go back to Harden. And he just these names you're mentioning right now. He's underneath. He's below these names for me.
Speaking of that word, okay. The disrespect for
beneath
James
Harden.
Nikola Jokic can be mentioned in the greatest of all time. He could be argued in the greatest of all time.
Correct.
I'm serious.
That's
He's not a great defender.
Go.
I get if you want to argue Russell.
But there's only 2 other players I've mentioned so far who can do the same: LeBron James and Steph Curry. Okay.
Is it?
Giannis Antetokounmpo 99.8%.
Harden is above all these players.
So man.
Did I miss something?
It's not. It's tenths of a percent, but you're right. Okay. Damian Lillard 99.5%.
Nope.
Paul George 97.8%. That's a lot. That surprised me. Kyrie Irving 97.5%.
He's in.
I can understand
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Paul George ain't got a ring though.
Yeah. Paul George is.
He got no rings.
Kawhi Leonard
He's
97.4%.
in. He willed a squad to a championship.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I've got one more.
He's got 3, right? 2 more with San Antonio.
Does he have 3?
I know he's got at least 1 with San Antonio.
Okay. I'll have to look that up. I didn't think he had 3, but we'll look it up. The last one, and it's not below Kawhi Leonard. It was squeezed in the middle, but I avoided it. And the reason I avoided it is because I wanted the reaction.
Oh, man.
This player gets 99.86%, the same as Antetokounmpo, more than Lillard, more than George, more than Irving, more than Leonard.
I think I know who it is.
Brunson?
Who?
Doncic?
Nope.
Brunson?
Nope. Anthony Davis.
That's legit. That's legit.
Okay.
That's legit.
All
Guy's
right.
been in the
Yeah, I
league for
got
a
Harden
long
beneath
time.
every single one of these players that he named.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm so fixated
2
there,
championships
but
for Kawhi.
2. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. Okay. So anyway,
San Antonio won early.
The reason I saved Anthony Davis is because of our earlier conversation prior to the trade deadline, and I'm not kidding you. It really looked like Kool-Aid was presented with an enema option to settle his stomach. And he looked like he was in a great deal of pain. There's no way he would ever do it. I wanted his reaction to Anthony Davis. He hung his head, and Anson said immediately, that's legit. So there's your 12 Hall of Fame basketball
list, man.
reference probabilities.
That's an interesting list.
It is a good list.
He's in his 18th year, James Harden.
18?
He started in 09. He's a lifetime 24, 7.3, 5.6 with a 1.5
It's a
steals
three-time
per
scoring
game.
champ, man.
Really good one-way player.
3-time scoring
Really good
champ,
one-way player.
11-time All-Star.
He's an maybe more importantly than that, 8-time All-NBA selection.
He got some hardware.
He's a Hoffer.
Just not on the defensive
He's also
side.
on the 75th anniversary team. You know who
I
else?
hate the 75th anniversary team. Give me the 50 or give me death.
You know who else is on the 75th? Anthony Davis.
Give
so
me death.
if people are wondering. All right, we got to get out of here, but let's hear from Supreme Lending first.
Hey, talk to us, Cam.
I'm going to talk to you about Supreme Lending because I used to be a mortgage.
Somebody talk to us
I
about
used to be a
Supreme
mortgage
Lending.
guy as well. And listen, these guys are phenomenal. Just having them hang around and talk to them, they are an encyclopedia of information. And I think that most people, they get it confused when it comes down to refining and purchasing. This is your biggest investment of your lifetime for the majority of us. But the big thing is you don't have to have everything done and ready and then call. You want to call them a couple months in advance. You want to find out what your situation is, how you can improve it so that you can get the best interest rate and situation possible. And Chris and Chad are there to do that for you. Call them today if you're trying to buy this summer. Call them tomorrow if you're trying to buy this winter. Fact is, you just got to get in touch with them. Supreme Lending, get in touch with these guys.
All right, great stuff. Thank you for your involvement in the chat today. We can't do it without you. We love you. We really appreciate it. Smash that like button. Do the same for the heavyweights that are coming up at 5 o'clock. We're back with you tomorrow here on the Braylon Edwards Show starting at 2. Have a great rest of your Thursday, everybody.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep. Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.